So I'm Zach, and this is Yannick, and we're going to talk to you guys a bit about e-commerce. As most of you would probably know it as online shopping. So all of you know that awkward girl who sits in class and, looks at dresses for the majority of class. And from a technical standpoint, that's pretty amazing, the fact that you can shop from anywhere in the world whenever you want to. And most stores have taken advantage of that and created online shops, and retailers have gone online as well. But we're going to take a look at it from a more technical standpoint through the IT triangle.
Yeah. So the social and ethical issues, people machines is kind of affected, is what is really taking part in here. They aren't really necessarily real issues. Mostly for this category, it's all positive. The relationship between people and machines simply makes the e-commerce result in cost effectiveness, productivity, and benefits the economy greatly, as people can shop with just the click of a button, like Zach said. But there certainly are issues coming out of people and machines, which fall into different categories of strand one, the ITGS triangles, which could be policies, reliability, and integrity are three main issues that arise from the use of e-commerce. Cybercrime, fraud, tracking, and identity theft are all possible things that are made attainable using e-commerce.
So here are a couple of real-life scenarios that e-commerce affects. So, of course, it affects business and employment. Lots of online jobs are created where people design websites or just manage it in general. But it's important to note that this doesn't replace physical stores, so no jobs are lost as a cause of e-commerce. And then it also affects home and leisure because, as I mentioned before, you can shop from virtually anywhere as long as you have internet, and it's much easier than physical shopping.
For networks and internet, technically it's just all online, so people just don't have to really walk to whatever store they want. It's just online and stuff. And then it's just a lot easier and faster to get to that store or whatever. You just click the button, and it's a lot easier to get feedback from the customers if you're the company and stuff like that.
So one of the things that e-commerce has done is sparked a huge controversy, and a surprising amount of people are against it. Basically, the questions they're asking are, can you trust the retailers or the providers? Because there's been many instances in which they scam users out of lots of money or rip them off. And essentially, the creation of e-commerce is just another medium for hackers to attack the public. And without e-commerce, it would be much more difficult for them. But here are some of the positives.
So the positives, e-commerce has very many positive things about it. It is a very efficient way for individuals to use the trade business online, as it saves a lot of time when it comes to making transactions or simply buying things. Some examples of the positives of e-commerce can be its cost effectiveness, higher margins, productivity, quick comparisons when it comes to shopping online, for example, and all-around economic benefits. The effectiveness saves time for both businesses and individuals. As they say, time is money.
But then there are also a couple negatives. For example, security online is kind of sketchy, and there are plenty of situations in which people lose their personal information. And the whole concept of e-commerce kind of creates a gap between producers and consumers, and it could be kind of difficult to gain some feedback there. And then, as mentioned before, it creates many ways for cybercrime to be even more effective. But in the end, kind of, e-commerce is too big to fail, and so at this point, we just have to look at the pros and cons and which is better.
All right, so yes, e-commerce can be used for things like fraud, identity theft, cybercrime, but it can also be great for overall fair trade, helping businesses grow faster and more efficient money trading, cheaper for both business and consumer, and simply time saving at its finest for everyone. Whether you like it or not, e-commerce has taken over the world, and more people use it. Of course, problems will arise, but there are problems everywhere in the world. You're not going to not buy a car just because there's a small risk of your engine blowing up or maybe having a flat tire, are you? So no, because you're driving a car is way more effective and faster than walking 20 kilometers to go to work. Basically the same thing.
So we basically came up with some possible solutions that would make e-commerce safer for everybody. So CAPTCHA, which kind of sucks for us, but it's definitely helpful in making sure that everything's secure. Specialized credit cards, which would be credit cards that you can only use online or at specific sites, which would make it much more difficult for people to commit identity theft. And then SSL certificates, which basically you get one of those and it encrypts every single thing you do online, and it makes it virtually impossible for hackers to get through. And then I guess the easiest solution is just educate the consumers, which is you guys, and the fact that we did this presentation in the first place makes it so much more difficult for anything to go wrong. Yeah. Thanks.